We ready to roll?
Broadcasting live from the internet, it's Tuesday night, and this is the Panels on Pages podcast.
Big boys playing with big toys.
This is quality content.
The boomers are into it.
Hey man, I just show up.
With your hosts, Lee Rodriguez,
I am a visionary. Like, I have a podcast, so like, no, that's not me. That's somebody else.
Jason Nyes,
Yeah, sure. I'm not getting any vegetables in my diet. I'm just a thick boy.
Jose Guzman,
Is Jose on the show tonight?
He says he's coming.
It's like Elton John all over again, just minus the death threats.
Kelly Harris,
Reach your hand in your pants there, big boy. That's not me. I don't sound like that anymore.
and our good buddy Mahoney.
And Mahoney's here. What's up, Mahoney?
We can do just glorious, wonderful things on our phones, people.
No one's ever done anything like this before.
It's gonna be massive.
It's going to be great. I mean, obviously, I think it'll be great.
And it's all killer, no filler.
My seat's on fire! Your dick's so hot!
Come on. It's so good.
It's pretty good. It's there. It's reliable. You know what you're getting every single time.
Man, I'm so glad you found us.
You're all terrible people, and I'm glad you're my friend.
Put that in the intro.
That's really funny.
Over 500 episodes, and you'd think they'd have the hang of it by now.
It seems like the concept that would run its course very quickly. What is happening, everybody? Today is Tuesday. It is September 17th. It is 2024, and this is episode number 670 of the Panels on Pages podcast. I am your host, the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez. Joining me tonight, we got Mr. Jason Nyes.
Ball up top.
Kelly Harris. What's up, Kelly?
You ever think about how someone upstairs sorted stuff out wrong and a potato got in the person bin?
You know
But
what?
then
Sometimes.
that led me to another thought of what if a person got in the potato bin and there's just one self-aware potato out there that can't do anything about its position in life.
Imagine. Twilight Zone shit.
Yeah.
That is some Twilight Zone shit.
Isn't
Not
there a
100%
whole
positive.
Isn't there a whole island of self-aware potatoes in Europe?
Oh, womp womp. And our good buddy Mahoney's here. What's up, Mahoney?
I reached the end of the Twitter ads, and I got a Twitter ad that says, I love diddling little kids as a paid Twitter ad.
That is pretty astounding. Just how
Right?
deep down the algorithm you pushed your ad preferences.
Well,
Yeah.
Used to be like, Nike.
Yeah.
right,
Now it's-
right.
Now it's rentzed.com, who apparently, I'm not quite sure what their advertising scheme is here, but certainly got my attention.
I think
Did you get the Nancy Pelosi stock trading ad?
I'm sure. I've gotten so many of that type.
I'm getting a lot of sports betting lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sent them all to hell.
There's just so few advertisers left
Yeah.
that I think we're all bound to get the diddlin ads eventually.
Do you see when they changed the preferences? This was maybe a month back. So it used to be you'd get an ad, you'd click the dots, you'd say block ad, block
Mhm.
account. You'd move on with your life. And then I went to do it about a month ago, and they had added 2 more options at the bottom
Yep.
for like report this ad and something else. And it was like, oh, no. We're not all blocking your advertisers by mistake or because we'd like to do something else. We're all doing this on purpose.
That story I retweeted, I think it was yesterday, that Twitter has lost 84% of its value since Elon took over.
Right.
Hell yeah.
That's
It
amazing.
really is incredible. Like, I mean, genuinely, it's incredible. Like, I can't.
If you
I-
set out to do that, it would be very difficult.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Like, and again, it's the name thing is just outrageous to me, right? Like,
Mhm.
you wanted to change the name to you had a thing you bought a thing whose name was just part of the vocabulary.
Yeah, it entered the lexicon like freak off.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he was like, no, I'm going to change it to X. And guess what? No one calls it X.
Mm-hmm,
No,
mm-hmm.
no one
No
says
one.
they went out and zeeted.
Yeah, what's
No,
easier to
literally
say?
nobody.
What's easier to say? A tweet or a post on X?
Yeah.
Literally no one says X. And even like when you see it written on websites, it's like X, parenthetically, formerly known as Twitter.
Exactly.
Like,
That's
no
the
one
best you
is
can
ever
hope
going to call
for.
it that. Yeah.
The best you can hope for is to be referred to as X, formerly known as Twitter.
It feels like when WWF had to turn into WWE, but self-inflicted.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So
I just
crazy.
love that he'd been trying to do this in companies for years.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Because he wanted PayPal to be X, and they're
Yeah.
like, no.
yeah. That's why it's SpaceX. That's
Yep.
why he named his kid X
Yep.
something.
So weird.
I think that man might be a little autistic.
Safe to say.
I think you mean X-tistic.
Yeah. Like I said, I feel like there was a time when we all kind of thought Elon Musk was a real life Tony Stark,
Right?
and turns out best case is a real life Justin Hammer. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
like this
Yeah.
best case. He's like, oh, that guy's. Look at him go. Ugh.
He feels
Fucking
more like
wild.
a Hector Hammond towards the end of the Green Lantern movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big ass noggin.
Dude, I laughed so fucking hard in that movie. Like, at the climax of the movie's coming up, and he comes down in his fucking power scooter just with this giant noggin. Dude, I fucking cackled in that theater. It's basically the only thing I remember about that movie is how fucking hilarious that moment is.
Everyone who signed
incredible.
on to that movie thought that they were getting a franchise.
Of course.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The best part of that movie, hands down, is in the early portion when Hal wakes up and he's late for whatever test flight,
Mm-hmm.
and he's running out of his apartment, and the one night stand is still waking up in his bed, and he's like throwing on his jacket, and he's like, I gotta go. If you need breakfast, there's water in the tap. And then he just leaves.
I did like the bit too where he shows up at Carol's and she's like, Hal? And he's like, what are you talking about? I have this little tiny green thing on my face.
Yeah,
That
that's a good part.
Oh shit, they didn't draw in the CGI yet. Fuck.
movie's got some moments, but man, how cool would it have been if, like, Mark Strong really got to be Sinestro? That would have been
Dude,
so fucking cool.
That post, like, seeing that movie, and then you're like, oh man, that was dog shit. And then they get to the post-credit scene, and you're like, fuck yeah, let's go, movie 2.
Yeah. Yeah, you should have just done that first, you dum-dums.
I mean, in
Yeah.
the world we live in now, Mark Strong as Sinestro could still happen, you know?
I mean, who's to say? Who's to say? So, man, didn't do the show last week. Kind of a last-minute decision as we were all fucking riveted by the
Well,
presidential debate.
Not
'cause-
Kelly.
Not
I-
Kelly.
I
That was
watched-
last week.
I watched the second half because I stopped watching I finished the episode of General Hospital, and then it was on my TV when I changed from the DVR, and then I started watching. But then I
Yeah.
was like, I'm fucking sleepy.
Real wild
It was
times.
pretty
y'all.
amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty
Real wild
stupid that
times.
they do these big political things starting at 9 p.m. on a weeknight.
It's
Yeah, it's
gotta
kinda
be
wild.
for the West Coast benefit, right? It's gotta be, because it's like, what? 6 o'clock out there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe that's it.
I guess, but also the West Coast knew what they were doing. They made a choice. Like
Mhm.
By
everything
living in the West
happens-
Coast.
everything happens at 5 p.m. for you. Sorry,
Honestly, it's indicative of the whole thing. Because, like, my daughter Zoe is a senior in high school, so she's taking her government course. And they were she was asking about the electoral college today, and I'm like, it's fucking dumb. Like, maybe there was a time when it made sense, but it sure as shit doesn't make any sense now. It's an antiquated idea that means the fate of the country is decided by like 7 to 9 states in a given. It's fucking stupid. You know, it devalues the individual vote, and I'm going off my fucking tangent or whatever, you know? And, like, the fact that the West Coast is 3 hours in time behind the East Coast is also some old-timey shit. Like, come on, it's just, look, there's too many of us. It's too goddamn big. There's too many of us. Let's just break this bitch up and move about our lives, you know? Like, come on. Like, how many countries span 4 time zones? It's crazy, right? Like,
Yeah.
kind of nuts.
Related to the debate and the election, Nyes, in the Popcast thread, I just sent a tweet that has some truly amazing videos. I only watched the first one just now. I think we need to watch these together.
Is it people's pages explode?
No.
Oh God.
It is some sort of MAGA fashion show.
What?
Oh.
At a Hooters? Goddamn, look at all those flags.
Is this Nikki Jam? She's hot.
God damn, look at all those flags. That is so many flags.
Wow.
Choose to
To be kind. Love it, yeah.
We're
sure.
about to see his ass crack.
Look at all those white people.
Oh my god.
That's gotta be Nicky Jam, right?
Oh, that guy's fit.
This is hard to watch.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a,
this is real bad.
there's a couple.
This is
Oh
worse
my
than any
God.
drag show ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody calling a
Way more
bomb threat
offensive,
here.
Oh my god. Now, if you're just okay, you need to understand what's happening here. This is in. It looks like some kind of an ag hall or expo hall.
Yeah. Flea
Every
market.
square inch of the ceiling has a flag hanging from it. of
It's
some
so
kind.
many flags.
What's the thin green line?
Mountain Dew?
I was thinking landscapers.
It's the
Probably
Ghostbusters.
military.
Military needs its own flag? Motherfuckers, you've got the flag. You don't
I
need
don't
your
know.
own
Listen,
flag.
I don't think any of those are
Also,
necessary. But,
Every
you know.
branch already has its own flag.
Motherfuckers.
So it's just lousy with flags.
Okay, maybe
And-
it's the most. Maybe it's the most persecuted group of them all. Military wives.
Yeah.
It's to represent the green M&M.
And there's this man who this was not from Honey. Makes Alex Abrahantes look downright cool.
Oh, God.
Oh wow, not Alex Alberhante.
One of
Hopping
these
up-
times when Alex Abrahantes comes out with Private Party, I want Cheesecake to stop him and not let him into the club. Oh, yeah, he's got big Alex Abrahantes energy.
Yeah.
Straight up.
The jacket,
Straight up.
the shoes.
The shoes, yeah, the whole thing.
Alex Magahantes. I'm tweeting that.
Banger tweet.
That is
Oh,
a
we got
banger
another
tweet.
guy.
And costume change.
Oh, it's the same. It's the same guy. This is a fashion
So-
show.
It says in one of the other replies because there's
Yeah, it's
There's
like a
more
runway
later.
type thing, right?
Yeah.
But it's also important to point out that this room is extremely well lit,
yes.
right? Like for a room where a performance is happening, it's incredibly well lit. So you get to see from all sides, from all angles. No one in this room giving a fuck
No
about
one.
what he's doing.
There are a couple people shooting with their phones, obviously.
Oh, if
But-
I was watching it, I would be shooting with my phone too. But like, this is the most uncomfortable thing I've ever seen. Like, this is incredible.
The MAGA people have become libs somehow. This is lib shit.
Yeah, but
It
the libs,
really
I think,
is.
would be into it. You know, like
Right.
Yeah, they were just dragged to this thing.
They have to
and
pretend that they're into it because it's pro-Trump, right?
Yeah, they
They're
probably
stuck
thought Trump
now.
was going to
Exactly.
be there.
Exactly.
Jesus.
Somebody
Christ.
floated that he might show up, and they
Oh
were
my
like,
god. Look at this shit. Somebody's
Oh my
fucking
god.
car window. Ashley Babbitt Memorial. You guys,
ForAshley.com.
can I ask you guys a favor?
I had no idea
Yeah.
she spelled her name like such a dipshit.
Oh yeah.
well, oh yeah, how did you not?
I don't think it ever registered with me.
That's amazing.
As
Look at you.
as my dearest friends, can I ask you, when I die, please either do not make a memorial of me in the back window of your car, or whoever pulls the short straw has to do the memorial of me in the back window of their car.
I kind of like that. Then
No,
we can.
I think we have to do it the way Jose did it for Tito. Was we put you on a championship belt and carry you around.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
This
The
is our friend
Memorial
that couldn't be
Championship
here. Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss.
R.I.P. Tito.
No, he just couldn't be
He
here.
just couldn't come. He just literally couldn't be here. So good.
You always assume when somebody's got the memorial on their back window that the person died in a car crash, right? Likely a DUI.
Yeah.
You
Necessarily.
assume.
I mean, like,
Yeah, usually.
around here, they can die from anything, and they'll slap them some bitches in a car window. They love it. Like, you
Yeah.
know, you'll see like Nana and Pop car window memorials. Like, they fucking went out old.
They went out old.
Just fucking went out old. The way we should all be so lucky.
Oh damn! What happened to your pop? Old.
Just old.
We should start get rid of the memorials in the back window, and instead, you know how they do the families where each family member gets its own. Yeah, just start like crossing them off, right?
Oh,
I think you're onto something.
pretty good.
What a weird ass world we live in, right?
It is. A
It
weird
really
world.
is.
Like, I'm telling you, there are days when the simulation theory doesn't sound so crazy. Is all I'm saying. Like, you know, some days you're like, you know what? I could see it.
We should
I
have
can
known
totally
all
see it.
this was coming when truck nuts started being a thing.
I'm telling.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah. So Zoe's learning about government. They're talking about polls, and she's like, "It's like 50-50," and I'm like, "Yeah, it kind of always is like that." You know, which is why the popular vote matters, because it is so close. And then I just got real bummed out because it hit me the other day, and I know I've said it a few times, and it's the thing that's sticking with me the most right now is that, like, one of the candidates actively tried to overthrow the government,
Yeah.
and it's neck and neck. Like, it's 50-50. And one of them, forget convicted felon, forget all that shit, actively incited an insurrection.
Yeah.
50-50.
We haven't
but
mentioned
Lee-
What?
Lee, he leads the white hats in the war against the black hats in the underground civil war.
Jesus fuck.
How are you forgetting that very important fact?
It's just fucking hell. It just bums me out. It bums me out. So
Fake news.
I just think I was telling the kids today too. I said all time low, that I remembered, like, you know, the Dark Ages existed, but critical thinking, real low point in history right now, I would say.
Oh, I feel like we might be an all-time low because in the Dark Ages, I feel like they had to have critical thinking skills because there was much more danger.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you, Kelly. I think they had better because they would be dead if not. I think we got soft and then dumber.
Yeah, you may be right about that. Yeah, so it may be all time low.
Poll-wise, I don't say this, like, it's still very important for everybody to remember that for all intents and purposes, this is a 50-50 election.
Yes.
And everybody should go out and vote. Because even if you are disenfranchised, this is definitely a situation where, sure, no party is going to meet your needs necessarily, but one party is going to actively do harm. So, still worth your time to go out and vote.
And also,
But-
if voting for president's not your thing, the most change you could make in your community is voting down ballot local elections. So
Absolutely.
Right, absolutely.
There are some real dipshits in charge around here.
Yeah.
And there's this one big broad. She's like 6'4" or something like that. That she's running against that idiot Marsha Blackburn. So.
Oh yeah, Glenn Jacobs.
Oh God. No, she was one of the
no.
one of the 3 like legislatures that were kicked out of the Capitol for being like, "Hey, why don't you do something about all of our kids getting shot?" And they were like, "You need to step outside."
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Where I was going with that is I understand that poll-wise it's showing 50-50. But I do take solace in the fact that you cannot get an 18 to 24-year-old on the phone or on, like, they're not taking your polls. You know what I mean?
Right.
They are not represented, and they are typically left-leaning. So
I don't
Here's
think I've
hoping.
ever been asked who I'm voting for.
Right.
You know, I think they
Ever.
tried to the other day. I got a call. It might have been last night, and it was like I think it was a poll, like an opinion poll, whatever. And she was having a hard time reading the questions, and I repeated myself like every time I answered the question like twice, because she was like, you know, what's that, whatever, no. And eventually I was like, you know, I was just like, I gotta go. This isn't working out for me. Donald Trump is a clear and present danger to democracy. Put whatever that down, whatever you gotta say, whatever, goodbye, and I hung up. You know, it's fine. I got shit to do. This went on way too long already.
Yeah, it's so funny after shots were fired in Trump's vicinity this past weekend. You know, they keep calling this the second assassination attempt on Donald Trump, and it's like, no, that can't be possible. There had to have been multiple other attempts that we've just never heard about. There's no way it's just now that people are making attempts, right?
I don't know. You got well, you got to think if it happened. Okay, if there
he
have
would
been
never
other ones,
shut up about it.
That's the thing. If there have been other ones, he doesn't know.
Right.
Because if he knew, he would never shut up about it. Exactly.
Yeah, that's very fair.
But everybody's
like-
talking about, bringing the temperature down, calming the rhetoric. And one of those things people are talking about calming the rhetoric on is calling Donald Trump on him trying to steal the election in 2020. It's like, hey, we need to lower the rhetoric here. We can't keep calling him a threat to democracy. Motherfucker, this motherfucker is a threat to democracy.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa.
Exactly.
The greatest-
Whenever they say that, they're
The greatest of
basically like,
our lifetime.
please stop saying what he said.
We gotta
Yeah,
leave these partisan politics out of this.
Yeah,
This
like-
is a man's life.
Like, it's so wild. Like, the greatest threat to American democracy in any of our lives is this fucking one dude and the mouth breathers that follow him. It's insane.
Mhm.
It's so fucking wild, y'all.
Trump signs are starting to come down. MAGA hats are starting to get thrown in the trash, I feel.
I don't see him as much around here even. Like, a lot less flags I'm seeing. A lot less flags, a lot less signs.
Oh, I
Even
saw
seeing some Kamala signs.
Oh yeah, in my parents' front yard apparently. Jesus Christ.
That's wild.
wild stuff.
That is wild.
I saw a 4-truck flag parade, Trump flag parade, driving through the Target parking lot the other day, and it was the saddest thing I ever seen in my life. All the people
sounds
driving the
like
cars looked exactly the way you would expect them to. They're too far gone, God bless them.
What are you gonna do? So, in other news, getting old sucks. Our bodies are pieces of shit and they're breaking down constantly. I got this fucking thing going on with my leg where if I move it certain ways, it just hurts. I don't know what happened. I don't know what I did to cause it. If anything, it might just be a thing that happened.
That is
If
exactly
it makes
getting
you
old.
feel any better, on everyone in the world, if you move their leg a certain way, it'll hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true. But
You know?
just shit like moving my legs to bending it to put a sock on. It's like, no, you're not doing that. It's not great.
Oh.
Like it's pretty bad. Pretty rough.
Toes out.
Yeah. And so I've been kind of nursing that a little bit, whatever. And I was like rubbing some like CBD oil into it or some shit to try to soothe it, whatever. And my lovely wife, she looks over at me and she's like, "Well, if you just stay off of it and give it a chance to relax and heal, it wouldn't hurt." And I said, "What?" And she said, "Yeah, just stay off your leg. Just stay off your leg." And I said, "Motherfucker, the only reason I ever leave this house is because you tell me to. If I'm on the leg, it's because you told me to get on it."
You probably hurt your leg when you were on the ladder.
Fucking hell.
Didn't she have you on a ladder trimming some trees or some shit at some point?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I was just reaching up doing that with my hands. They were low hanging branches.
He was just pulling the limbs down with his hands and then biting them off with his teeth.
Yeah, just chomping them. But yeah, it'd be like, just stay off the leg. It's like, motherfucker, I would love to. I would love to stay off my leg. It's like the other day I was looking for something. I forget what. I was like, "Hey, babe, have you seen my whatever?" And she said, "I swear to God." She said, "Why would I know where your whatever is?" And I stopped him dead in my tracks, and I said, "Are you? Oh God, are you gonna make me say it? Like, I'll say it. Like, don't make me say it." Come on, man? Where'd you put it?
Where is your lovely wife right now, Lee?
My lovely wife right now is in Denver, Colorado.
Denver?
Why is she in Colorado?
She and Jennifer flew to Denver this morning so they could go see Usher, and they're flying back tomorrow morning.
Oh, talk about a freak off.
Yeah. She sent me a picture.
Is Usher not performing anywhere closer?
Not really, no. Not nowhere near that worked for a time. And believe it or not, I mean, they flew for free because we had Southwest points. The tickets were free for the plane. And even with the hotel in Denver tickets were cheaper than other areas closer by. So they made a fucking adventure out of it.
Wow.
You can also use Southwest points to not see Usher. You can for free even just not see Usher at any point. Right now, currently in my life, not seeing Usher.
She's so fucking excited. She sent me a picture of where their seats are, and she said, "Oh fuck, I think I'm getting pregnant."
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah,
because he will come in that audience.
Yeah, he's gonna do that little thing he does where he just shakes. He's gonna just vibrate.
Lee, enjoy your little black baby.
She's very excited.
I wonder if he's going to weigh in on the Diddy situation at all during the show.
She should ask him.
Yeah. Is there a Q&A portion of the Usher show?
Yeah, just walk up to the stage. Usher, what are your thoughts on Diddy?
Usher, did you really try to sell Justin Bieber to Diddy?
Did he do it? Did he do it?
Did he do it?
So Jen's newly single, so good for her. Hope she's
hell yeah. Get some, girl. Tell her it's time for another deal breakers. Let's go.
Well, I got to tell you, I'm not sure what the deal breaker could be after that fucking dipstick. But so what are you going to do?
We'll frame it as a deal breaker segment, but it'll just be an intervention.
Yeah.
We'll just be listing off all the things that her ex did.
So, yeah. And then what else happened? Took the kid to see Beetlejuice for her birthday. That's pretty rad. It's a good time.
Wait. Beetlejuice or Beetlejuice?
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
B-dubs, yes. Beetlegeist. It is pretty fun, you guys. The Beetlejuice is a good time.
Nice.
Fun.
It's a big hit.
Big hit. It's a good time. The performances are great, but I do gotta say, and I liked it a lot, but the entire plot with like his ex-wife, like the patchwork lady, Monica Bellucci, if you take it out, the movie doesn't change. Like I don't just like when the movie was over, I'm like, that really didn't go anywhere. How odd. Just a really like it made for some really cool shit in a few scenes, But maybe that it was just an excuse to do fun effects. I don't know, but like it didn't really affect the story whatsoever. It's very odd.
Well, it somewhat connected it to the first one because he has that line in the first one when we were watching it for the commentary, like, you know, I had this one, this one lady, you know, didn't go out.
Sure. And you get that story, and it's fun, like whatever. But just she doesn't like she's on the screen with Beetlejuice for like 6 seconds. Like the majority of the movie, she's looking for him, like she's hunting him down while he's doing shit to try to stop her from doing her thing, and like there's no real confrontation. It's odd.
I tell you what, if I was on screen with Monica Bellucci, I'd only last 6 seconds too.
Hey! Hey, what are you
I've
doing?
not seen it. I don't know when I'll see it. I'll probably see it when it's on streaming. But somebody at one point was on TikTok or Twitter or somewhere, and they were like, "It's a little slow. It took a while to get going." And I was like, "Yeah, we just watched the first Beetlejuice. He's not even in it for like an hour and a half. Like, is it slower than that?"
No, definitely not. No, it's good though. It's definitely worth watching. Then on the way home, we're in the car next to this man who was driving down the road at 70 miles an hour, grading papers.
Hell
It
yeah.
was the wildest thing I've ever seen. Fucking
dude
dome light
rules.
on, red pen in one hand, steering wheel in the other. Like, it was wild.
That's a public school system for you.
It
I'm
is.
telling you.
Ah.
Man, it was bizarre.
That guy rocks.
Absolutely insane. So crazy. Reminded me of when fucking Liefeld was inking on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Just
And then
beast behavior.
and so I had a bunch of kids at the house afterwards, for Zoe's party, whatever. And Zoe said something that I thought was fucking hilarious, and I had to share it with you. She said something, referenced something that one of us did that I did. They were talking about Childish Gambino, and I had told her that like the first time I saw Childish Gambino, like he was just kind of hanging out in the crowd with all of us, like watching the opening act. Like it was many, many moons ago, whatever. And he was just a dude then that was very underground. And her friends were all like, "What the fuck? Is that for real?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And Zoe said, "Yeah, Dad's lore drops are really something else." I said, "What?" And I said, "Yeah, the lore is real. The lore is out there."
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of chuckled, and I'm like, "Yeah, like I told some of the kids I've never met before, and I'm like, I've had a life. Like my boys and I, we've got stories that if we were to tell you 100% the truth, you would think that we're lying because we've done wild shit, y'all. Just
Yeah.
as you enter adulthood, go have adventures. Is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, get out and do shit. Get you some lore to drop later on.
I do love the idea that it's not just old man stories, it's fucking lore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dad's lore drops
Right.
or something else.
Better pay attention, you're not gonna get the end of the story later.
I'm telling you.
I don't even tell my children any of these stories. They're gonna figure it all out someday when they're like 25 and be like, "What the fuck?"
Oh, shit's wild. Yeah, Kelly and I had a similar moment when last time we were in New York. Kelly was just like, "Can you fucking believe this is our lives?"
Aw.
Like, some wild shit. What you got going on, Nyes? How's your lore?
Well, shit. So we were talking about Nicole and Jen going to Denver to see Usher. Me, Mary, Jose, and his lady took a trip last weekend down to lovely Hollywood, Florida, and the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino to see
shit.
Hans Zimmer live.
Wow.
A bucket list thing for Jose and myself. I don't know about the ladies. Who gives a shit, right?
Yeah,
I'm
broads.
But man, it was so fucking cool. Talk about making plans to see a concert in a completely other time zone because it might be cheaper. It might have been cheaper for us to see it out of state because we had to get tickets on the secondary market. and it was like a theater, not like an arena. So tickets sold out almost immediately. But we got
it sounds like nice and intimate though.
Yeah. It was fucking cool. It was you talk about a wall of sound, right, Kelly? You love Phil Spector and his
of course
his wall of sound, like
his wall of sound,
this is
and nothing else that he's ever done.
God damn it! At one point, so for most of the night, it's Hans Zimmer, award-winning composer of such great film scores as Dark Knight, Pirates of the Caribbean, fucking.
Is he still tour? Is Tina Guo still on tour with him?
I will get to that.
Did he do the Inception horn?
Did he do the Inception?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah. Did he do it at the concert?
He didn't do an Inception horn.
Was he just like now? Was he just like, and this is Inception?
They closed with the Inception theme time, so that was like the big final number, and they did Mombasa earlier on. But so
cool.
It's Hans Zimmer, who's this dorky, balding, skullet-wearing German dude. But then he's got this fucking army of musicians. And my man definitely has a type. And it is tall, slender brunettes that can fucking play violin and sing or whatever. So for most of the concert, there's like 40 people on stage. And it's tiered. Like, you got Hans in the center, a bunch of string instruments in the front, you got a couple guitar players, then you got flute guy, you got 2 fucking lady drummers on the second level in the center, a bunch of other drummers, synthesizers, pianos, a full fucking Ukrainian orchestra.
Fuck yeah, bro.
So yeah, at any point, there's 40 people on stage. And then they start doing Lion King shit, and they bring out the dude who sung Circle of Life, and then like 20 more African drummers.
Fucking A.
And they have like their whole lighting rigs moved around. I was on 40 milligrams of THC chocolate. It was great. Highly recommend. I won $25 at the roulette table afterwards.
What a night.
So fucking the show opens and you get the view of the whole band for the first time. And I'm looking for Tina Guo, who famous for being the electronic cellist, tiny little Asian lady that does the Wonder Woman soundtrack.
Just fucking a monster.
Amazing.
Dude. She's a badass.
And I'm looking, and I'm like, oh, here comes Tina Guo. And I'm looking, I'm like, wait a second. That is a tiny Asian woman with an electric cello, but that is not Tina Guo. Did he switch out Tina Guo with another Asian woman? No. But no. He had to introduce Tina Guo later because she's a big deal. So this motherfucker's got 2 tiny Asian electric cellists in his band that he travels with.
Fucking A, why not?
Bless his damn heart. Oh, you guys will fucking love this. So the show's supposed to start at 8, and the theater is still pretty empty. Like it's a sold out show, but the room is not filled, and so they start the show like 20 minutes late, and there's still people filtering in. Fucking after they do their first number, Hans Zimmer gets on the mic to do some crowd work and starts roasting people that are walking in late. It was so fucking good. I elbow Jose in the side like, this could have been you, homie. But it was a great time. Other than that, I got a bunch of NECA stump turtles sitting in front of me. If you heard a little squeaking earlier, I was posing Leatherhead. I got the Tatsu Lee got me for my birthday. Shout out Lee.
Tatsu's fucking cool.
Smells like brand new toys in here. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
And then only other real thing I got to talk about is one of my film blind spots for the longest time. I knew it was a cult classic, but I'd never watched it all the way through. And I found it on Max. I watched John Carpenter's They Live, starring Rowdy Roddy Piper and Keith David. And
That's a good time.
What a great...
You know, I've never seen it either.
You would have a great time, Kelly.
It's a really good time.
A lot of
I need to
cool
get to it.
effects. Great soundtrack. Piper is fucking great in it. Like it's amazing that he didn't become like a leading man after that.
It really is kind of nuts. I mean, because he's had some roles, like he had a film career, but nothing like what I think he could have had. You know, I just because he's a good-looking dude, talented, funny. I don't know. I don't know what happened there.
The reports are true that alleyway fight between Rowdy Roddy Piper and Keith David is one of the most ridiculous, longest movie fights I've ever seen in my life. Like, every time you think it's about to end, it goes on for another 15 minutes. And then the thing that surprised me the most, one of the famous lines from They Live, that even if you haven't seen the movie, it's, "I'm here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum." He's got the glasses on.
Oh, no
he's in the bank with the shotgun. He cocks the shotgun.
Yeah.
That shit happens like 20 minutes into the movie. He gets the fucking sunglasses, starts seeing all the weird skeleton creatures, and says, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go blow a bunch of people away in the bank." BRB.
Also, that line was completely improvised by Roddy Piper.
Oh, just classic.
Yeah. They were getting ready to shoot it, and he was like, "Well, hey, so what do we do?" And John Carpenter was just like, "I'm gonna go in there and just, I don't know, fucking do something cool." And that's what he did. He went in and said, "I'm here to kick ass and chew bubble gum. I'm all out of bubble gum."
He either pulled that from an old promo or stole it from somebody or something, but he owns it now. Seek it out, Kelly.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to watch that.
It's a good time. It's fun. Not gonna win any awards, but it's a good fucking time. It's fun as hell.
But like you put it up against some of the slop that comes out today, and it could win some awards.
You know, that's true.
Real ass movie.
It is a real ass movie. Yeah.
It's got a lot of like the subject matter isn't the same, but it's got a lot of parallels to Total Recall, I feel.
Similarities to Total Recall, and like, shit, man, now I'm thinking about it. Just the overall concept of They Live would actually fly really well today.
Yes. It would all be...
Oh, yeah.
It'll all be TikToks, right? Everybody would be looking at their phone with the consume. Yeah.
But it's absolutely relevant. Shit, maybe even more so than it was then.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so funny watching movies from the 80s and 90s about like dystopian futures and just being like, huh, they really fucking nailed it, huh? Great job.
Zoe and I watched the 2009 Friday the 13th on Friday the 13th last week because I fucking love that movie.
That might be one of my favorite Friday the 13th movies. I was shocked.
It might be my favorite. It's very good. It's a good time.
Is that the Rob Zombie?
It wasn't Rob
you're
Zombie,
thinking
no.
Halloween.
But Rob Zombie did Halloween. It's from that same kind of time period, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But that's the one that's got Jared Padalecki from Supernatural in it. So it came out the same year as that Bloody Valentine came out. So they were remaking all the horror movies back then. But it's a really fun one. Like the Jason is cool, and it's the plot
kills.
for what it is pretty cool. Good, really interesting kills. And like, if it weren't for the fact that the dudes at the beginning are like, they have like a handheld, like solo GPS unit. Because it came out in 2009, so GPS wasn't ubiquitous as smartphones at the time, right? If it wasn't for that, it could really pass for today, which is interesting because if you're watching, but that was 15 years ago, right?
Jesus.
And yeah. But imagine in 2000, you're watching a movie from 15 years ago. That's like, how different did 1985 look compared to 2000?
Mm-hmm.
And then you look at how 2000 look to 2015, and now we're coming up on almost 30 more years. Like, the world doesn't look that much different. I think it's kind of a weird thing how like we kind of hit a point, and for now at least, it's like that's what clothes look like for the most part. That's what shit looks like, you know. Like there hasn't been some gigantic shift, you know. Like minimalist design is certainly a bigger thing now than it was back then, but that's not something you see out like hourly in people so much. So that was interesting how that's passed compared to previous decades.
Mary's been rewatching some of the Harry Potter movies because it's, you know, that time of year, the holiday season, and I've been paying attention a little bit, and like those movies were made, the first couple ones were early 2000s, 2001, 2003. But like
2001, yeah,
they look like they could have been made today. Like they look better than most movies made today, but
they look really good.
You don't see that difference in quality from a 1985 movie to a 2000 movie as you would a 2000 movie to a 2024 movie.
Man, like I think we talked about it when we were playing Fortnite the other night, but like fucking the Pirates of the Caribbean with Davy Jones, that movie still looks incredible. Like that's nuts.
Yeah.
I was not prepared at the Hans Zimmer show that the Pirates of the Caribbean theme got the biggest pop of the night.
Good theme.
It's great,
Yeah.
and those movies are beloved, I guess. You know,
Yeah.
I like those movies. I just didn't expect it. Didn't expect for Tina Guo to hit those first couple notes and everybody go, woo! Those movies are kind of Star Wars for a very specific generation.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah.
They're good times, man. They're fun movies. I think I watched the first one with Jax a little while ago, and he was pretty into it. So we'll get around to the other ones at some point. He's at that age now where you can't nail him down to do anything that isn't stare at his fucking iPad for 7 hours.
Yeah, seriously.
Fucking Roblox is back with the youths, and goddamn, I'm so sick of talking about Roblox.
Every time I hear about Roblox, I understand what it is less.
All I do is hear about it. I don't understand that at all. Like, the other day, he was going off about something, and I was like, buddy, fucking love you. I'll talk to you about anything. But this, I don't want to fucking talk about. I don't care. It's nothing personal. I don't give a shit about this. I don't want to talk about it. I'm over it. And he's like, oh.
Is it just...
So anyway, in Roblox...
Has it become kind of like Fortnite where it's just, this is what the kids do now? Like, this is their Twitter. Roblox is their fucking internet.
Basically, yes.
Everybody
Because,
plays
like,
it.
you know.
They do everything in it. They hang out with their friends.
It's kind of like what a successful version of Second Life is, I think, and less sad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's more fun and less sad than Second Life. Because that shit bummed me out. What you got going on, Kelly? How's your Second Life?
My Second Life is all right. Figure
How's the
I'll start
fam?
things off with a work story.
Oh, let's have a work
All
story.
right.
Who's coming on your work these days?
Buddy.
Oh, shit. Second Life is still a thing?
Yeah.
Huh. All right.
So yesterday, got the I lost my train of thought. All right, so yesterday, Monday, nice quiet day. It was a nice quiet day, so I'm just sitting there doing nothing at the computer, and all of a sudden, I hear a kind of a racket outside, and then here comes our local crazy homeless man. I'm like, all right. Let's see what this is. And he comes into the room, into the store, halfway through a very spirited conversation with himself. And so all I hear is, I gotta knock it off with all that masturbation. I was trying to pass the book, trying to make me gay. And I'm like, oh God, what?
This
Why
poor
is
guy's
this happening?
this poor guy's brain got broke at Diddy's Freak Off.
Yeah.
Oh.
So then, he comes in the store. He's trying to let me borrow, or he wants to borrow a soda. It's like, no, you can't borrow a soda.
I'll spit it back into the bottle, I promise.
And then he's just kind of like at the counter. He's like, I think I'm having a heart attack. I got a pain in my chest. And I'm like, all right.
Take that
Like,
shit
take
outside.
it outside.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. I'm just staring at the computer, not trying to acknowledge him anymore at that point. And then he goes outside and yells at ghosts to go home. Meanwhile, parking his shopping cart directly in front of the stairs to get into the shop while there is a FedEx man trying to bring us a box.
Oh, of course. Of
Oh.
course. Yeah.
There's an unwritten rule that if you're going to die at a business, it needs to be the one you work at. Other than that, it's not these people's problems, and
Yeah.
you need to do this elsewhere.
Yeah, please take your crazy somewhere else.
If only we
Some days he's all right, but some days, he's on one.
If only we had some sort of infrastructure that could help these people and give them a home and mental health
Well,
treatment.
he does have a group home. He has mentioned that before.
Okay.
So he's not fully homeless. He just
But he
kind
has
of
somewhere to go. So
he
that's
lives
good.
the life.
Here's what I think we do. We get in touch with Mr. Beast. We have this homeless gentleman and Kelly spend 100 days in a bomb shelter together.
I don't want that.
Oh, god
But
damn.
then-
100 days is a long time, Mahoney.
But Kelly, think
I
about
know.
all the wrestling you could watch.
It's a
I
social
don't-
experience.
I think he would kill me.
That's what we're here to find out. It's day
I don't-
67.
Look,
Has he killed
I don't
Kelly?
necessarily know who, but yeah, I'm telling you. They're not both going to see day 101.
Yeah.
One way or the other.
Yeah, I don't I'm good. I'm good. You can keep your Mr. Beast money.
He'll give you chocolate bars.
I don't want his chocolate bars.
You see that Mr. Beast is partnering with Logan Paul to basically do Lunchables?
What?
Yeah. They're like, you know
Oh,
what?
so is the
Ridiculous
Prime Energy going to be
string
the
of
Capri
words.
Sun?
Yes. And then the Mr. Beast chocolate bars are going to be the dessert. But it's just
Wow.
the same fucking shit. It's turkey and crackers and cold
Right.
pizza and cold nachos because the world needed two different kinds of Lunchables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone needed to take down Big Lunchable, and Mr. Beast is that guy.
You
Take
have
that,
to
Nabisco.
you have
You
to
and your
assume
fucking elves.
that Logan Paul and Mr. Beast probably separately tried to get in with Lunchables and be like, "Hey, can you slide my product
Yep.
into your
Probably.
box?" And they were like, "No, thank you."
And
they're
then
like,
someone at Lunchables was like, Jesus Christ, you're the second one this week.
Yeah. And they were like, well, bad news. We can get fucking turkey anywhere, so guess who's going out of business?
Well, I hope they didn't get it from Boar's Head.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah,
they-
that's
given-
the whole thing.
Gonna be giving everybody listeria.
Yeah, well.
I've
If
never
it
been a
makes you
Boar's
feel any
Head
better,
guy.
Kelly. There's nothing you can do about it. You're gonna die of listeria.
That does make me feel better. Thank you.
That is super specific.
Mm.
But what else have I been doing? Of course, wrestling.
Yeah,
Obviously.
we haven't
We've
done
been
a
wrestling.
show, a proper show since All In or All Out.
You're right.
Because we did Fortnite, and then we did Beetlejuice, and then we skipped last week because of the debate.
You guys,
I Oh,
What a 1-2 punch.
I had to hear so many nerd takes at work about. They did too much in that cage match. That was a little too brutal.
Who are these fucking dorks?
Yeah,
Like,
when-
what are you doing? Like, why are you out there?
They're WWE
Why are you talking to
fans.
big boys?
People
Yeah.
talk about the Attitude Era with rose-colored glasses, and they're like, "Ew, no, I didn't mean that way."
Yeah. Like for real, keep
my
your
boss at
nerd,
work-
get your
my boss
nerd
at work's a
fucking
wrestling
asses out
guy.
of my hobby.
My boss at work's a wrestling guy. He watches a little bit of everything, and he was like the other day. He said they did some kind of a street match on one of the pay-per-views, I guess, or whatever. And he said I was watching this thing, and I'm just, this was after the cage match, and just after all that pay-per-view in general, and I was just like, oh, this is adorable. Like, this is just the most precious little hardcore match.
Yeah,
It's
that
wild.
cage match was brutal, and it was everything I wanted it to be.
Hell yeah. So you got toweled off a third time that night?
I did.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it was a big night for toweling off.
Ugh.
Had to get me an IV. Because you had the women's street fight, which
Yep.
fucking ruled. You had the Osprey versus Pac.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yep.
ruled.
That also ruled.
And then the cage match,
Yeah.
which guess what ruled?
It did, in fact, rule. Yes.
I need
I
3
went
towels.
5 stars on the cage match.
3
It was
towels
fucking
at a
awesome.
minimum.
What was that?
3 towels at a minimum.
Yeah,
Minimum. Yeah.
it was a 3 towel night.
Been there.
You know what I respect about you, Jason Nyes, more than many things?
The
Your
towel.
goddamn sincerity.
Hell yeah.
Just like been there.
The
Respect.
same tone that I used to say that I missed having a basement.
Fucking callback. Love it. Oh, shit. Well, how's the fam, Kelly?
Doing all right. Mom
Good.
is back
Good,
home
good.
from the hospital. She's been home for a week and a half now, and getting a little better every day.
Good. Glad to hear it.
Her nurse, like her at-home nurse, still comes over to change out the poop bag and shit like that. The nurse was like, yeah, like really, because my mom was complaining, like, I'm still feeling pretty lethargic, and I'm not really ready to do stuff. And she's like, and the nurse goes, so when you're in the hospital, it takes about a day. For every day you're in the hospital, it takes a week to fully recover at home afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, you were in the hospital 11 days.
That's a very specific ratio. I'm not
Yeah.
saying it's not right, but I just never heard it explained like that before.
Yeah, I hadn't either, but it
Yeah.
kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they and the thing is, they never found the actual source of infection.
Now
They-
that is
Unreal.
crazy.
They have 2 ideas of what it might have been, but either way, she went septic after the chemo.
That's wild.
And then they were able to take care of it. But so they think it was either something still from her stomach, from all the explosion stuff, or it was like a chronic sinus infection that just she didn't even realize she had because it'd been there
no
so long.
shit. Sinus infection.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Which either one of those makes sense to me because my mom, I feel like she always has a sinus infection. Like she's always got something going on there. But so it's
Justin,
like either one could have been.
just to think
but
of
yeah.
sinus infection fucking you up that bad. It's like, God.
Well, I mean, with the chemo on top of it.
Well, yeah, sure.
That's what did it.
Fair enough.
That's what gave her the 104-degree fever. And it was like, all right, let's go get you in the hospital for 11 days.
Damn.
She was starting to go Godzilla.
Yeah. Yeah, shit
Breathing
was
that
wild.
breath.
So she's getting better. I think things are turning around.
Good.
Well, tell her she better get healthy quick because she needs to stick around long enough for me to give her an outrunner's handshake.
Fuck yeah.
We're the youngest men alive.
Look, I'm not even gonna sorry. I'm not even sorry. The fucking Outrunners rule, you guys.
Yeah, fuck
Dude,
it.
they're so good. They are what FTR wants to be.
Sometimes you just gotta trot somebody or a team out there for 6 weeks at a time, make them lose time after time again, and people are gonna start to love them eventually.
And you know what? I don't want them to win match.
Right? Yeah, please don't make them champs.
Yeah, I don't need a tag title run from those guys. I just want to see them show up, do funny little videos every now and then get beat up, but still make funny faces. That's all I need out of those guys.
I think, yeah, you fucking nailed it. You absolutely nailed it, yes.
If you haven't
the way to do
watched the Hey EW episode with those two, I highly recommend it.
Okay, duly noted. I'll have to check that out.
One of the ongoing bits of the video is that they can't read.
Oh my god.
Leah Michelle.
Oh.
And then one other thing I've been doing lately is I found on YouTube a guy uploaded every episode of a show called Manben from Japan, and it is a Naoki Urasawa. He's a manga artist. He did Pluto, Monster,
Oh, okay.
20th Century Boys, and he goes and he just talks with other manga creators. And so what they do is they, like, the camera crew sets up their cameras in a creator's studio, and they just, like, try and do it so it's unobtrusive as possible, and they just kind of film them working for, like, 4 days. And then after they get the footage, Urasawa sits down with the creator, and they kind of just go over the footage, and they'll, like, talk about various techniques they're using and stuff. It's really interesting. And it's a look at manga that you just kind of don't get in the English side of things.
Huh.
Because for lack of a better term, in the kind of manga critical, I guess, YouTube scene, no one really talks ball. Everyone kind of just... Everyone's just like, oh, rank your favorite One Piece arcs. And I'm like, that's not what I care about anymore. I want to see discussions of technique and this kind of stuff and breakdowns of art. And, like, that's what I find interesting. And this is that with actual people who know what they're talking about it, and it's really interesting. So yeah, you can find the episodes. Yeah, you can find the episodes subtitled on YouTube. I found one guy, he just put together a playlist, like, where he takes each season with English subtitles and cuts them together in one episode, in one video, so it's like they're all like 4 hours. But yeah, so that's how I've been going through. Anytime I see a name I recognize, I'm like, all right, cool, I'm watching this episode.
Yeah, that's cool as hell.
And they do have some episodes on the NHK World website, and those are like fully subtitled official releases, including the episode about Shigeru Mizuki that just came out like earlier this week. And I just watched that before the show. Yes. I watched that episode right before we recorded the show, and it was very cool seeing some of that original art from, like, the 60s and 50s and stuff.
That's cool.
Because, like, how much of that survived from anyone else?
Yeah, that's very cool.
And, like, because Mizuki died back in 2015, so he talks to 2 of his former assistants and stuff, so they kind of go over techniques and what they did on the pages that they show. So, yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. It gives you a look at manga that you don't typically get from the English side of things, because, you know, most people just aren't equipped to talk about things in that way. I mean, I couldn't.
Yeah, that's awesome. Fucking cool as hell, dude.
Ellie, when you run out of episodes there, you know who else does a lot of talk-toing?
Oh, no. Oh, I don't.
the Hawk to a girl, Kelly. You can listen to her
I-
podcast.
I bet I could listen to her podcast.
Do you know who she had on last week?
Okay. Hang on. I'm gonna try and make an educated guess.
All right, make an educated guess. I'll tell
Okay,
you the
I'm
real
trying
answer.
to think of who. It's not Young Gravy.
No.
I can tell you that.
That'd be a good one,
I wasn't those Costco people because you would have told me about it.
though. Yes.
True.
But that's got to be coming, right?
You would assume.
Those
Gotta be.
Costco people.
Maybe like Christmas break, you know?
What level of celebrity are we talking? Give me a hint.
I think pretty big.
Okay, so like an actual like they do
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. They were on a TV show.
They were on a TV show. I was about to say before you said that I was gonna say Aaron Rodgers. They were
That
on-
would have been that would have been a solid guess.
Okay, they were on a TV show. Damn, I'm at a loss.
All right. It was a one-on-one pieced together interview with clips of Betty White from back when she was alive.
Wouldn't have got that.
That didn't happen.
How do you
fucking
know?
rascal. You
Speaking-
How do
fucking
you know?
rascal.
You don't know.
Rascal.
Prove it wrong.
Speaking of other things that didn't happen on the Talk to a podcast, I had to actually Google if Donald Trump was going to be on Talk to a and canceled it because of the second assassination attempt. And you know what?
Listen, no matter what you tell me, I'm not believing it unless the answer is yes.
Had I not Googled it, I would have known it was fake because the day after that happened, he was on a Twitter space with some fucking 20-year-old crypto bro.
Oh damn it! I would have never gotten the second episode guessed. It was her grandma.
Oh, that's nice. Her grandma
Yeah.
raised
Yeah,
her
her grandma, Betty White.
because her mom
Episode-
was a drug addict, just like JD
the-
Vance.
The first episode was Whitney Cummings.
Yeah, I think Whitney Cummings is the reason she's kind of doing a pod. I know she's on Jake Paul's podcast network, but Hawk Tua was on Whitney Cummings' podcast.
And she was like, "You should do this. It's very easy."
Yeah, right.
Dipshits around the world will listen to you.
I'm sure it'll be great. I'm sure she's fine. We've got a podcast, so why can't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're good at it.
Yeah,
We're pretty good at it.
sometimes.
She's probably cutting to a Lunchable ad right now.
Yeah.
Feastables.
Gross.
Why would
When
you
do they
even?
still use that name?
Why would you even use a bowl? You could call
Yeah.
it anything. Somebody said that Feastables sounds like cat food.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's Fancy
Yeah.
Feast.
I'll tell you what, though, his chocolate bars are pretty good.
I mean, it's chocolate.
Yeah, but there's good chocolate bars and bad chocolate bars.
Sure.
That's true.
He's
He's like, I'm not gonna fucking acknowledge this with praise. It's chocolate.
We've all gotten a chocolate bar. You get like a like a fundraiser chocolate bar. That thing tastes like ass. You know.
Mm.
Yeah.
You remember
Wow.
when?
Yeah, those are
people-
fucking terrible.
People
Right?
were
Even like the labels look like shit.
Remember when people were mad because Mr. Beast was making content out of, giving people the gift of sight back, and
Mhm.
there was the one
Yeah.
half of people was like, oh no, he's doing a good thing. Yeah, he's making content out of it, but he's a good guy. He's trying to make the world a better place. And then 6 controversies later, he's making Lunchables with fucking Logan Paul.
Yep.
Yeah.
What a fall.
Did you hear about how on Mr.
He's gonna be
Beast
okay.
there's like one of his buddies is named like Wichita or something, and that person is
Can't
named
say
that
I have.
because that's where they're a registered sex offender.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
No, that sounds fake.
No, it's real. That one is real.
I gotta tell you, if that were me, I'd pick any other nickname.
Oh, you can't pick your own nickname, Lee.
Yeah, I guess you're right, but at some
Yeah.
point I'd be like, hey guys, can we knock it off with this Wichita shit? All right, come on, guys. Like, come on. Oh, that's unsettling. Fuck. So, take us out of this, Mahoney. What's happening?
Fortnite updates for you all. You can be Iron Man now, and it's a fucking blast.
Literally.
You can get Iron Man boot jets, and you can also get Iron Man repulsor gloves with a unibeam.
What?
And if you have them at the same time, you can soar through the sky. You can fly so fucking far.
Yeah.
You can fly so far as Iron Man. You can soar through the sky.
Oh, so
and
they're
then
better than the
fire
War
your
Machine boots?
unibeam.
Yes.
Yeah, no doubt.
But like, I still feel the War Machine jetpack is easier to control, but the Iron Man
Agreed.
boots get you real far.
If you want like slow, quick, like short movements, War Machine gonna do you just fine. If you want to zoom across the map and do an Iron Man landing on top of somebody for damage, and then blast them with your unibeam, you need the Iron Man gear. And it
That does sound pretty fucking cool.
he built these like Tony Stark built these like landing pads all throughout the island. And so these gigantic Iron Man themed pods just descend on the island and drop off your Iron Man loot.
And I tell you what, it is hot around those Iron Man rockets.
Yep.
You ever roll up on some place and you see 15 pairs of footprints?
Whew. That's intense, man. That is
It's a pretty good
intense.
time. Have you all seen the Doom Island?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I was in a match where it happened, but I missed it.
Me and Mary got murdered on one.
Yeah, you want to talk about 15 footsteps at a time. Literally everyone in the game is like, guess it's time to go try to be Doom. So I think they've raised it to something like 12% of the time now.
It doesn't happen in every match, yeah.
It's not every match. It was 5%, but then like people were playing for like, full day, like 11 hours in, and they still hadn't gotten a Doom Island, and they were like, this is kind of shitty epic. So I think it's up to like 12% now. But the island forms as it does, the floating island in the sky, except it's a special Doom Island. You go to the Doom Island and you have to stand in this circle uncontested for, I don't know, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, however long. And once you have successfully done that, you unlock the ability to claim the powers of Doom, and you get 1,000 XP and shields, and you are like 9 feet tall, and you get 4 Dr. Doom superpowers.
Yeah.
And you are basically just invincible on the map.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, that fucking rocks.
Right? But nobody ever gets to do it because everybody just dies trying to get to the island and claim it.
Me and Mary have a new move. We tried it with the Dr. Doom Island.
Tell us all about it.
And we got murdered. But one of our
At what
new
point
favorite
during the move do you have to go to stop and get a Gatorade?
afterwards. The new move is driving our truck into a rift and then landing on the island.
Oh, that is my existing move. I love that move.
Yeah, and then just sitting in the car while the flag goes up.
That's pretty
It
good.
takes
That's
practice.
fucking, yeah, okay.
You have to learn the technique because
Mhm.
I'll see people try to do it just over and over again. I'll just be on the island watching them just fall.
You
I'm
can
like, nah,
undershoot it, you can overshoot it, you can get stuck like on
yeah.
the stairs or something.
Every time I'm just like, you got your angles wrong, buddy.
It's wild.
But
Fun
yeah,
game.
that is definitely the move.
That's fucking genius.
We have fun. We
It's
have a
a
good
great
time.
time. This season is great. Get in there while it lasts.
It's apparently lasting until fucking November.
Yeah, I think it goes definitely into October because the whole theory is that Doom is on the island fucking around with the, reboot technology, trying to get his mom back, and he's going to create the Fort Nightmares event for Halloween,
Mhm.
and there's rumors that it might be Marvel Zombies,
Oh, that's cool.
That would be cool. That would be very
Right.
cool.
right?
That's awesome.
So, it's a great Fortnite season. It's been like 4 years since the last Marvel one, so get in there. What do you got to lose?
Yeah, that was that Marvel season was like when we all started playing together.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right before
Yeah.
the Mando season.
Yeah, because Jackson wanted it because Iron Man was in it, or Zoe, one of the kids did. And I'm like, okay, fine. And that's when I was like, wait, I got to get to level 100 before we can. Oh, fucking hell. And then
Yeah.
I played Fortnite.
Fortnite got me through a lot of my PTSD from that car accident.
Yeah. What a time.
Love it.
We're at a point now where in less than, I think, like, it's the first half of 2025, the codes in the DC Fortnite comics expire.
Oh, wow.
Wild. This past 4 years has kind of blown by, hadn't it?
Sure has. But also been the longest point in our lives.
Yeah. Years stop coming, they don't stop coming.
It's true.
Fuck, I lost it. Never mind. It's gone. What did I just say?
Talking about years going by and 4 years in COVID and
Oh yeah.
You were singing Smash Mouth.
yeah.
Yes, but no, I remember very distinctly when Endgame came out, and there's the bit where Korg and Thor were playing Fortnite,
Mm-hmm.
and like I think it was you, Nias, were like fucking Fortnite's gonna be around in 5 years, okay?
Well, and there was something recent. Was it because of the reboot season?
Yes.
And the theory
Because
was that they were playing the reboot season because it was like season 1 Fortnite, but it was
Oh, that's
right.
funny.
Like
2025.
in that scene, it happened the scene took place in whatever year.
Yeah.
2023, I think, because it was 5 years after
Mhm.
2018, and they were like, "Well, yeah, you're not playing season 1 Fortnite in 2023. Like that's so fucking stupid." And then in 2023, they released season 1 Fortnite, and they were like, "Oh shit, now the movie's accurate again."
I mean, that's kind of tremendous. I'm not
Right?
that's fucking wonderful. However, it worked.
No way they planned that because they still can't figure out a Blade movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
no
no
shit.
way, but I'll take it. I accept the headcanons.
That's pretty good.
Was it that San Diego Comic-Con 2019 where it was either Infinity War or Endgame? It was probably Endgame became the highest grossing movie of all time, like that San Diego Comic-Con weekend, and that was also when they announced Mahershala Ali as Blade.
Sounds about
It
right.
has been a long time. And that's really, not to be that guy, but Blade seems to be kind of like one of the easier ones because he hunts vampires. Like, they've been making vampire movies for literally 100 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is they're like, well, how do we fit Blade into this greater universe? It's like, man, remember back in the day when we were like, oh man, wouldn't it be cool if like Spider-Man and the X-Men like crossed over? And now it's like, hey, can we just keep them all separate? Jesus fucking Christ.
Right.
I gotta tell you, like, at this point in my life, like, I don't read as many comics that I used to anymore, and the ones that I do are the ones that kind of just fuck off and do their own thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's so much more fun and easy to deal with those now. Like, just let them tell their stories. I know I've said this before, that's one of the things that towards the end, Fox really started getting right with X-Men. They were just like, hey, I know the New Mutants movie wasn't like the greatest thing in the world, but they just made a New Mutants movie because we understand the core concept of what mutants and X-Men are, and they were like, fuck it, let's give this a shot. And I haven't even seen it all the way through, but I totally respect that choice. Same as how like they made Logan just for the fuck of it. Did they even try to make it tie in? No, they just made a fucking Logan movie, and that's how Deadpool was successful. Like they just did it. And someone needs to tell these motherfuckers they could also just do it. Like you can just make a movie, and that puts the character in the world. And if you want to use them again later, you can with other guys, or you could just make that movie part 2. That's also a thing you can do. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
There's a story that Daredevil was supposed to be in the next Spider-Man movie, but they have since gone back to the drawing board on that, and it's going to be another multiverse thing.
Makes sense.
Okay. That's fine. Like, it's not like it wasn't delightful seeing them all together, but I don't know that I needed the next one to also do the same thing. I don't know.
Well, it'll probably be bringing all the Sony villains together.
Who the hell knows?
Who knows? It feels a little like a Thor Ragnarok, Thor Love and Thunder situation where it's like, just because it worked one time doesn't mean we got to stick with it over and over again,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, fucking speaking of those Sony villains, man, they're doing Null in that Venom picture coming out next month.
That's so wild.
Crazy as hell. Like, I don't trust those people to do that story right at all. I can't wait to see what they do.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's just no way it's right. Oh, be great.
I'm surprised they kept it quiet as long as they did.
Yeah, right. Well, here's the thing about the Venom movies is that they don't have to hype them up. I mean, they were colossally successful.
Yeah.
Like I know the first one was like made $1 billion. I don't think. What's the second one?
I don't think it made that much.
Enough for them to greenlight a third.
Oh, damn near. Okay, so Venom, worldwide made $856 million, so almost $1 billion.
Jesus.
And then Carnage still made over $500,000, $506 million, with its breakneck pace. Like that movie never sits down.
No, there is no second act.
No.
Beetlejuice has made something like 200 million worldwide. The original Beetlejuice made like 150 million worldwide all time.
That's nuts.
They can go null all they want. If they wanted to make $1 billion, they should have just gone with Venom happens in the Andrew Garfield universe and made him fight Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$1 billion. Boom.
I mean, shit, who knows? They might.
Yeah. Still on the table, right?
Fair.
20 years from now, we can have Andrew Garfield and Tom Hardy fighting as Venom and Spider-Man.
Well, I was going to say, imagine the word of mouth on week 2.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You find out that Andrew Garfield's in that movie?
There's no way.
It would be a cool
age
way.
Of surprise is over.
It would be
They want every last opening dollar.
I mean, they do have Secret Wars coming out. It would be an interesting way to get Spider-Man in the black suit before Secret Wars.
Yeah.
True. Very true.
But then Secret Wars opens the door for all kinds of multiverse shenanigans.
And they have said, we'll see how this fucking goes. They have said that Secret Wars is the end of the multiversal shenanigans. I'll believe it when I fucking see it, but that's what they say. What they say. It'd be cool. I mean, it would be great. Like, that is definitely something that no matter what else, it sucks to not have Spider-Man in your Venom movie. You know what I mean? Like, that just sucks. Like, they're fine, but come on, man. Like, missing out on a chance.
We've never truly had Spider-Man and Venom in a proper movie together.
Yeah. And, you know, like, you're looking purely by numbers. When you really look at it that way, like, Venom was a Spider-Man villain for a cup of coffee. Like, he's been, you know, the anti-hero for most of his time. And, you know, you get really cool stuff when Spider-Man and Venom interact with each other now, you know, because they're
buddies,
friendly, you know, but they're still
best good guy friends.
Spider-Man and Venom, you know, so they're not gonna fucking hang out by themselves most likely, but it's great interactions, and it would be cool to get to see that. At this point, Tom Holland's gonna be 53 by the time he comes back for the next one, so that'd be pretty cool. Have a grizzled old Spider-Man.
I mean, he still looks like a young little boy, so maybe not.
You know how when they hire a Marvel actor, they load him up on steroids? Not really any actor.
No, chicken sandwiches.
Yeah, we all know that it's the Sylvester Stallone steroid regimen.
Oh yeah,
that's fine. Like, pretending it's not is ludicrous. Do you think they do things to people like Tom Holland to essentially like stunt his aging?
I mean, isn't that kind of one of the conspiracy theories about like Webster and Gary Coleman and just, you know, all those child stars that kind of never really literally grew up?
I think I'm on board with that. I think I have come to that same conclusion. Like, I bet they pump him full of steroids and they pump him full of something to be like, and you're always going to look like you're 18. Sorry, kid.
Puberty blockers.
Yeah.
Good news, Thomas. You'll be young and beautiful forever. Like, what? What'd you just say? And why'd you say it like that?
Part of that could probably be that they're like, hey, you want to come back for Spider-Man 4? And he's like, no, not really. And they're like, all right, well, good luck with fucking puberty.
Yeah. Enjoy
like,
aging.
Oh, shit, maybe I do need to come back for Spider-Man 4.
Oh, you don't want to come back for Spider-Man 4? I'm sorry. Does that mean you do want your other ball to drop when you're 37? You want to do that? Oof, that's rough.
God.
Jesus Christ.
Zendaya's like Sharon Stone from Total Recall. She's just been set up this whole time to keep him happy.
Zendaya is the fountain of youth.
Yeah.
She's just a MCU sleeper agent, just to keep him docile. Make him do karaoke bits.
I think there's one thing we know from that karaoke bit. No one made him do that. He had that in him for a long time.
Goddamn right.
You can take the boy out of Billy Elliot, but you can't take the Billy Elliot out of the boy.
All right. You make anything else? We'll wrap this bitch up. How we doing?
Wrap it the fuck up, homie.
Let's wrap it the fuck up. I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed.
Sometimes we just need to check in with our audience, let them know we're still alive.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
proper
R.I.P. Tito, though.
R.I.P. Tito. R.I.P. Diddy's whole fucking life.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Thank you for bringing that up, because I posed this to Mary earlier.
Ooh, yes.
The 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubrication.
Ugh.
When I first saw that, Tito shared that, R.I.P., I thought, this can't be real. Like, why would this be a piece of information that we have already? And then I saw the fucking guy say it out of his fucking mouth. 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lube. And it's like, I'm sure Diddy has these huge palatial estates where you got room for 1,000 bottles of lube or baby oil. But even if you're doing a freak off every weekend, there's no way you're going through that much lube or baby oil before it expires. It's got a shelf life, right?
No,
I don't know that it does.
It's a showman thing,
Yeah.
right? You invite all of these fucking weirdos over for Freak Off 2023, and when you open the door, there is 1,000 bottles of baby oil, and they're like, "Oh, this shit's about to get crazy."
Yep. This is
What's
about
better?
to be a freak off.
What's better, 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lube, or a few well-placed pumps of baby oil and lube?
Drums.
Yeah, a couple of like a beer keg. you
Yeah,
know?
a keg of lube.
Yeah.
Well, I think we know Diddy's answer to that.
Oh, keg of lube. Horrible thing to say out loud. Horrible thing to hear. Jesus Christ.
Oh, imagine a keg stand.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Slipping everywhere.
Just butt chugging.
Ugh.
What a fucking monster. We are truly surrounded by evil at all times, aren't we?
Yeah.
Just lurking everywhere, waiting for you to fucking slip up. Stay vigilant, everybody.
Yeah.
Keep your goddamn head on a swivel.
Anybody invites you to something called a Freak Off, probably skip it.
Yeah, don't go to a freak off.
Probably be like, "No, thank you."
You're going to be there for 3 days.
It's like Cat
much
Williams
freak.
said, don't go to Diddy's parties. Don't do it.
Yep.
Fucking wild. On
It
that
sounded like you
wonderful
said
note,
it's like Steve McQueen said. Like Steve McQueen was out there, like, "Don't go to Diddy's parties." I was in the French Connection.
so for Jason and I, it's Kelly Harris, and our good buddy Mahoney. I'm the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez. We'll check in with you fools again next week at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central at youtube.com/panelsonpages. Night. Love you. Bye-bye.
Do you mind if I do?
You fucking Google ass bitch.
Do you mind if I do? Do you mind if I do?
Fucking Google something.
Do you mind if I do?
Holy shit.
Do you mind if I do?
You fucking Google ass bitch.
Do you mind if I do?
I didn't want to say it.
Do you mind if I do?
What are you, some kind of bitch? Whoa.
Do you mind if I do?
You fucking
Google ass bitch.
Do you mind if I do?
Why you keep bugging us, YouTube?
Do you mind if I do?
you fucking Google ass bitch.
That's it. Show's over. We're done.
See you next Tuesday.